Yeah, no, Mike, you're completely right. Like, it was the worst possible time to start this segment. Like,
I've actually had to take into fashioning my old childhood bed sheets into clothing just to save money.
How's it going, everybody? Tony here from Kapowcast with another episode of Shut Up and Take My Money, the only show where we constantly question what age we are again. Is it 34 or is it 8?
Closer to 8. Mentally, right?
Mentally 8, physically 65.
Getting our ARP card soon here. Yeah.
As we just got done talking about how it hurts to wake up in the morning. But yeah, today, another full freaking show. I can't believe how much stuff is coming out. Like, it's ridiculous.
You know, I was actually thinking about it. You picked, well, not that we started this in July, but this particular series really got rolling in July, and it was like the worst possible time. Like, I don't know how I forget every year. Like, every year I'm always like, oh man, there's a lot of stuff. Oh, it's July.
It's July. Yeah.
I just want to reiterate once again that I hate you guys for getting me back into this. Just to let you know.
We're sorry.
You're going to have to cut us off entirely if you ever want to quit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. He's going to stop picking up calls, answering text messages, all this other stuff. I mean, give me a little bit of time, and I bet you I can bring Pod Bros back too.
I mean,
oh no.
I know.
Sorry, Ruth.
I know. I always felt I felt bad because I would always like text you stuff like, "Hey, look what's coming out," and then you were like, "Listen, like I'm trying to get out." I'm like, okay, I should probably stop sending him stuff.
Yeah, listen. For a while, it was like I said, living vicarious through you guys, especially with the turtle stuff, you know. But like, I was feeling good. I was feeling good about it.
I don't recommend starting those.
Yep. No, these damn G.I. Joes, man. Come back. And all of a sudden they're like, hey, we're doing reissues and collector spot at Targets. And
yeah.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, no, Mike, you're completely right. Like, it was the worst possible time to start this segment. Like,
I've actually had to take into fashioning my old childhood bed sheets into clothing just to save money.
Before we get into this, though, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell for notification so that you're notified every time that we drop new content over here on the channel. And follow us on social media, all the other fun stuff. I've learned how to repost things on Instagram now, so now I can share other people's cool stuff with our followers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah, you did that with the same guy that did the the replica.
Yeah, he's making a Sylvie sword, and I was like, ooh, it's like no.
Well, yeah, when I was reading, I was like, did Tony just pre-order this? It might be.
But yeah, let's get into this, fellers, because there's a hunk of plastic the size of Mount Everest to get over here. Starting out, we're going to hit Mattel first, and possibly one of their coolest and first one I know of crowdfunding ideas with the WWE ring and entrance area. Would you call that like the gorilla area?
Yeah, right before gorilla.
Right before? Okay.
Yeah, right when you come out. Right when you come out of the entrance, gorilla position's just right there, and man, that looks cool. That's pretty expensive. Pretty expensive for a ring, but like everything that you get.
200?
250, I think, was the going price on it.
Some change.
Yeah.
They already got like 12% backers. It just opened up today as we record this.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, they already have some stretch goals too. You can get a Doink, an Ultimate Edition Doink.
I did see that.
Some different ring curtains and stuff. So,
I mean,
really?
Yeah.
What are the ring curtains?
They haven't showed them, I don't think.
No, they did. They just
They
did,
did?
actually. They just released it as we were talking, actually. I
Oh,
don't
no.
know if
Oh.
Monday Night Raw was on there. I think there was like a black curtain and then maybe a different blue.
My and I almost said this before we started recording. My thing on it is I found it very strange that of all the eras to encapsulate, and it's specifically labeled as such as the new generation era, which is
Yeah, right.
money-wise one of the most, or should I say, one of the least financially profitable eras in the WWE history. So it's just funny. It's like maybe it's like a time makes the heart grow fonder sort of deal. But I was like, really? You could have went with the 80s. You could have went with Attitude Era.
You know,
but we're going with, okay.
I feel like because they've kind of already done that. Like, I mean, originally, right? Like the Attitude Era, the Jack Specific stuff was really Attitude Era. And then I know like during the early 2000s, mid 2000s, I want to say they kind of did like a retro looking ring, really nice ring. And then it seems, but even that one might have been like more so new generation, not so much 80s, but it definitely was weird that they went with that. But I think that's just it, right? It's more of the lines of nostalgia. They're getting collectors, you know, our age, obviously, who still remember new generation and will remember the 80s. And they're like, yeah, these guys got money now, so we'll definitely throw this up. This might be the most expensive ring. I want to say the one that I was talking about earlier, maybe, at least I know it had resale value of about $100 at the time. This was 10 years ago when I saw it up for sale. But it was nice. It was like the cloth ring, and I mean,
did it
hooks and stuff.
Did it have how you can pull back the mat and there's wood underneath?
I don't think it had that.
That's just one of those weird details where I'm like,
yeah,
totally unnecessary.
Exposing the business.
Totally like as a collector, like, but it's but at the same time you see it and you're like, oh, that's really cool that they added.
Exactly.
I don't know why it is, but it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that stupid attention to detail thing again.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's just it. Like, I the silly side of me is like, I want to pay $250 just for that entranceway. I love it because
does it
like,
light up?
I don't even think so. It might. I don't know.
You get a diesel figure too with it, right?
Yeah, you get the diesel. Boop, boop. So, yeah, and then of course maybe get a doink, and then also some alternative ring curtains for it too.
I would like it if they did
aprons.
If they did like a commentating team.
Oh,
like who was the standard? Was it?
Well, I mean,
at
that time, Vince and Jerry Lawler. So,
yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you could give me a
it.
gorilla and Bobby Heenan, you know, I that might actually, I might collect it.
Yeah,
I might actually do it.
Yeah.
I think Mattel is doing everything that they can to hold on to this property too. You know,
they put a lot of they put a lot into it.
Yeah, because I know that, you know, talking with some collectors and whatnot, some of them weren't really too happy with Mattel and the wrestling, obviously. But then you're seeing more of this. A lot of the head sculpts and everything are
the
looking
photo
a
reel,
lot better.
like the Hogan that they actually the Hogan and the Jeff Hardy they showed up today. Like I'm looking at them, I'm like, these look really good.
Yeah, right.
I kind of want these. I'm not.
Yeah, right. That's exactly it. You know, I mean, maybe there might be something out there that if I see it, I'll grab it. I think the last one that I've picked up was a Scott Hall NWO, and that was a few years ago.
I was looking at like upcoming figures, and they have a Kevin Nash coming out with the like outsider shirt on that had like Scott Hall and him on it, along with like a bandana that's tied backwards, and I'm like, shit, that looks really cool.
Yeah, right.
You could get only NWO figures, or you could do like only WCW.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be tough. And that's when they do the Legends line stuff. You know, I think it's great because obviously the guys who, you know, might not have that much money nowadays, retired, can't do much. They get some money from these Legends contracts. And also I get to collect a cool figure. So like when they had that whole line out, man, back in once again, I think it was the mid 2000s, I was collecting a lot of those, and you better believe that I had a Papa Shango. So
But if you go to AEW, they'll be like, cut that shit out, and then they'll just cut you off.
Yep. They're gonna make sure that I don't have any Daniel Bryan action figures out. So.
To put this in perspective, Mattel released another budget ring this week, which is $40. And
yeah, that sounds about right.
It's about the same size as everything we've seen released before. And if you paid attention if you're watching this on YouTube, if the picture scrolled by, you see the two guys from Mattel standing next to the ring, and this ring is not that size as like the mass-produced one. This one's a lot bigger.
For any big-time collector, they're gonna want this.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to have space for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's all what it always comes down to is space.
Space.
Yep.
The Final Frontier.
Hey!
Oh.
drink!
Moving on to probably the biggest disappointment of the week, I would say, was the Mondo Wolverine 1/6 scale figure. I'm not big on X-Men, and I thought this, like when we seen this clips of it like a few months back, I was like, wow, that looks really good. Like I think I would possibly jump on this, just for collecting purposes. And then they showed off the face sculpts and paints, and I think it was Mike, you were sending them in the chat, and I was out and about, and I'm just like getting them. I'm like, are you kidding me? Is this what this looks like?
I'm gonna grab something.
When I saw the first picture, the meme picture, I was dying. Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want this. But then Mike showed all the other head sculpts and stuff, and I was just like, that
was so upsetting.
Do I really want to pay that price for this?
And that was their SDCC exclusive.
Yeah.
So they had showed pictures of this I forget, but it was a while ago, and I got really excited because I have purchased Mondo figures, and I do have the Batman.
Oh, that looks great.
Now he's
the Batman.
He looks really good, and they even did a one later that was more flat, but like how they have like the paint around the cape and like
man,
and the shading on the face, like it's awesome. So I was really excited when they were like, we're gonna start doing X-Men the animated series. I was like, ho 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 ho. Come and get it. And then like they showed that teaser picture, was it last week or the week before, of the Wolverine meme?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh boy. And then I saw those pictures, and they had Tony, I'm sure you'll have pictures up. If you look at the stills from the show, like he doesn't make that expression.
No.
Like at all.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't mean to be like a nitpicky person, but like when he looks at it in the show, he literally just has like a face, like he's just a normal face kind of. You can tell throughout the series, like throughout what's going on, what his emotion is. But yeah, like, and I didn't even notice it fully with this masked head, how off it was. But when I showed you when I saw the unmasked head, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, right.
Like, did they even watch the show? It's almost like they were trying to do the X-Men, the animated series art, but they somehow got lost and ended up doing more of this.
Yeah, right. Yeah. The moment that you showed that Batman, that's what it made me think of.
And it's a weird like hybrid of the two.
Yeah.
And I was so happy because like I saved $200.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because that's how much it was. And I was like, $200. $200. That is almost the price of a hot toy. This, I think, was like $150, $175, give or take. That's a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
For something that is not, in my opinion, show accurate. And Steph even had made the comment, because she was reading the comments when they announced it, and she was like, everybody's just talking about how good it looks. I'm like, it doesn't look good. Like, they come to such a point around the jaw. Like, I almost feel like they used a wrong reference photo or something. Yeah. Like, were they watching like X-Men Evolution?
I don't even think he looks that bad in that one. Because I think still it was like it came down to like more of a point. This was I don't know,
so horribly off, and I was very disappointed. Like I was very looking forward to it. Like, but not only do I save $200, I saved however much money I would have dropped on the line had they continued.
Yeah, right. I will say that I thought maybe that they would reel you back in with that morph head.
It was so random. Like I was in 7-Eleven and I had gone past like their post on the thing, and I'm just scrolling through the pictures, and I go, wait a minute, and I like back up and I like zoom in, screenshot it, and I send it over to Mike, and I'm like, is that a morph? Like, why do they put a morph head in with it? But with all that said, we'll go on to the Iron Studios. This is the first appearance of Iron Studios on Shut Up and Take My Money. And they are only appearing because they hit that nostalgia button pretty fucking hard. They popped up with their 1/10 scale Power Rangers Command Center statuesque ordeal. And
it's like it's a whole like statue base weird thing.
It's going to cost you an arm and a leg to complete the whole thing, because each piece, which is each Ranger, is $160 a pop.
Yeah, man.
Each Ranger and Zordon.
And Zordon, yeah.
So you're looking at 8 pieces, I think.
But the real reason we're bringing this up is Zordon in general, because I think me and Mike are in the same boat. That Lightning Collection Zordon was a hunk of shit. Like that's what was that? I don't even know. Like I think I pre-ordered more for Alpha 5 than I did for Zordon. Like I was like, I just want the Alpha 5. I don't give a crap about this piece of crap Zordon.
All I want to do is just like get like a sticker for it and just put it on and be like, you tried.
Get a participation ribbon for it.
Yeah, you tried.
But this Zordon stands like, what did I tell you? 13 and almost 14 inches. Almost 14 inches, and would probably scale pretty nicely next to the Lightning Collection of 6 inches.
Yeah,
it would definitely give that like that Disney what's that illusion that they use with the castle? I can't remember what it's called now.
Oh, force perspective.
Yes, force perspective. Yes, so like you'd get a nice force perspective with your Lightning Collection, and I think that's really kind of. If I were to do something like that with the Lightning Collection, I'd probably have enthusiasm towards it once more. But like just having them set up in stoic poses, I'm just like, I'm
thinking about it. I'm like, 160 is that like comparatively to other things I've purchased, not that much. When you're considering a $400 Galactus, it really isn't anything.
I can. Oh, and he does light up too. For those that don't know.
Perfect.
Oh, nice.
The only thing I'm worried about is like once I do get it, I am gonna want like a full command center setup. But I don't have the patience or the time to do, and I'm definitely not gonna have the time in like what month are we in?
July.
5 months. 5-6 months. I am not going to have the time to do any of that for a while. So
for about 18 years, right, John?
If you're lucky.
So yeah, but I like it. Even though some people said it looks like Kevin Spacey, it still.
Oh, come on!
Still looks better than this.
Man.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Ballsack Zordon.
The movie one.
That's the one I'm waiting for.
Yes.
That's my grail piece for Power Rangers. Is Ballsack Zordon.
And just to add, like we had 1 week off from Power Rangers stuff, and now we have a bunch more.
Yeah. Speaking of more, 3-0. Giving us a peek see at their Drakkon 1/6, which each time they reveal one of these 1/6 figures, it goes up in list price. White Ranger is 120, and then Drakkon, which I believe is an exclusive of some type, is 150.
And the Rangers were just like 99, weren't they?
99 for the original 6. And I was just come on.
I sent you the picture of the Drakkon on display.
Yeah.
And then there was also the Pink Ranger, and they fixed the skirt. And I'm looking, and I'm like, man, because I plan on getting, I still, given prior experience, I'm still surprisingly set on getting the 5 original helmets. And I'm like, man, those figures in front of those helmets would look damn sweet.
That's
you get these ideas, and it just snowballs. Yeah. I haven't ordered them yet.
I was sitting in the living room staring up at now what is the White Ranger, Green Ranger, Red Ranger, and Pink Ranger helmets, and that same goddamn thought went through my head. Like I was just like, wow, they would look really cool next to that, and the morphers, and yeah. And I was like,
I've seen some people do some really, and then if you get like some of these, and you do like a
the color
light effect on it, oh, because they do all the Power Ranger colors. I checked.
I don't know about you guys, but Drakkon's definitely a pass for me. I think that's going to be the cutoff point with the 1/6.
Yeah, because when you you saw it with Lightning Collection stuff. Like when you dip your toe in, past what your main goal is as a collector. Once you dip your toe in, it's harder to justify not getting something, and easier to justify getting something. Here's a question for you, Tony. But what if? And I think this is going to happen. So now I'm on tape. I'm being recorded saying this, so we will see if I'm right. Before Hasbro finishes out the original 5 Ranger helmets, they will do a Lord Drakkon.
Yeah, they probably will. I mean, technically, with the technology we have nowadays, they could do every single solitary Power Ranger helmet.
Oh yeah,
including Ranger Slayer, which that one would probably, like, just because of the color scheme, I'd be like, that's a really cool helmet.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing with the Drakkon one. I'm like, and that red visor.
Yeah.
And I'm like I talked myself into possibly buying it, and it's not even a thing. It hasn't even materialized.
It's not even existing.
And I'm already like, man, I might have to get that one though.
Yeah,
but no, I'm not. If I go in on these figures, I'm not going to get the Drakkon. Space. That's all. It always comes down to space.
Yeah, right.
But more Power Ranger stuff, and I would have to say probably the one that like took my breath away the most was, of course, Hasbro can't keep quiet for a week. Lightning Collection showed off their another one of their PulseCon exclusives in the Pudgy Pig for the Lightning Collection, and thank fucking Jesus, it looks good. Like
it looks really
I seen it, and I was like,
damn good.
I was like, they did it. Those crazy sons of bitches did it. I was so happy.
When you sent it to me and I saw the picture, I was like, is that Hasbro or Super 7? Because it looks really, really, really good.
The only thing that didn't look like great was the oversized silverware paint. Like, I was just like, that could be better. And that's nitpicking.
The packaging is beautiful.
The packaging is awesome.
It's
absolutely
funny. Side story: me and Mike are in a Power Rangers Lightning Collection group, and some dude posted the old lunchbox from when we were a kid, the blue one. Yeah,
nice.
And me and Mike both have had it, and it's one of those things. And then Hasbro comes out and makes this lunchbox packaging for the Pudgy Pig, and I was like, use. Use.
What hits is it's not just the lunchbox type packaging. It's the fact that they're using the same kind of art they used. In the 90s when Power Rangers was at its peak. Like, that's what really like kicked it in gear for me.
They're being relentless with this exclusive.
Here's the thing. They're also being like exclusive. that means it's more.
Yes.
Yeah,
What,
right.
what was the price tag? Because I'm in denial right now.
$57.
99.
50, so $58,
Damn.
almost $60, almost double the price of your standard Lightning Collection monster.
I know.
Now,
right.
in perspective, I believe isn't the classified Zartan exclusive? Isn't he like $35?
Like 37 or 36.
And
something
he comes
like that.
he comes with a ton more.
He comes with a lot, yeah.
And when I heard the price, I was looking at the pictures of Pudgy Pig, and I was like, "Oh, does he come with the tables that are in the promo pictures?" No,
Yeah,
he
right.
does not.
No.
He comes with 3 things of food, extra set of hands, and the silverware, and that's it. So essentially, you're paying for the lunchbox packaging
Mm-hmm.
and the word exclusive. Maybe that's why he actually has the paint that he does, though.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing the track record of what they give us on a $30 price point, and then seeing Pudgy Pig and looking like, you know, he should look like. Trust me, if I get this item and he doesn't look the way he does in these promo pictures, oh, I'm gonna flip a wig. Like, I didn't pay $60 for you know, base ass paint apps.
Yeah, right.
You better give me some prime fucking deal right there, motherfucker.
This may surprise you, but currently I am at the point of I'm at the stance that I will not be pre-ordering him.
Oh, really?
I will not be getting him for a multitude of reasons. I haven't collected the monsters. If I get him, then do I get the other monsters? And then if I get the other monsters, they're gonna look that much worse in comparison.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a predicament I'm in, because this was like a day one thing. Like, we've always talked about, oh, if they do monsters, like Pudgy Pig was my one. Like, I was I want Pudgy Pig, like 100%. Like, that's so. I'm in this weird dilemma of like self-abuse or something where like I'm like, wait, I said that this was a day one thing. And
then they
now,
call your bluff, and you're like, "Oh,
and
wait."
now I'm sitting here going, "Well, you want $60 for them?"
Yeah, and that's the reasonableness issue of it, right? Like, it's a day one thing if you're like, hey, this is going to cost 30, maybe $40, but you know, that's what kills me about it. You know I talked to you guys too about like the cartoon Venom. You know, I think it's beautiful, but I also was like, what was their point on raising the price on that? Was it because they could? Or, you know, is it legitimate quality?
Once again, the word exclusive, and the extra paint, I think, because and what's weird is like, I see that and I'm like, $35, whatever, here, take it. like that still is like, I think the exclusive that I am getting. Like, I think it's the only one I've seen from Hasbro that I'm like, that one.
Well, yeah, no, I hear you. I'm a sucker too with it. You know, like, I'll probably get that. I'm definitely getting Zartan unless I can't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think of some of the other exclusives that are coming out that I was just like, oh man, I got to get that too. And
I will say, you're lucky, or you're already ahead of the game. You have a Pulse account. That's a good step.
Yeah.
Last year when the stuff went up, I purchased the stuff while I was at work, and I was able to get the Drakkon, the Supreme Cobra Commander, Snake Supreme Cobra Commander, and Hellfire Club box set. I was able to get all of those. No problem. And I didn't even, I literally got the Cobra Commander and the Drakkon just to be like, let's see if I can. And I got them, and I was like, oh, sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested because I did get that Supreme Cobra Commander without being a member. So like, I know I'm rolling the dice on these things. I knew they did a reissue on that Fortnite Snake Eyes just recently. And I was like, do I really want to get that? I was like, but it is a sweet looking figure. So
the only reason I say,
sure enough, it's sold out.
The the only reason I say the good thing is because usually they'll do like an hour window for just Pulse members.
Yeah, which is nice. You know, it's almost guaranteed that you're gonna get it.
I haven't had much issues pre-ordering any of the Hasbro stuff ever.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it,
that's what it's coming down to. Like, you two got the Hasbro Pulse Pass fanatic thing. I don't, so I'm gonna leave it up to the universe. If I can get them, I can get them. If I can't, then I can't.
So I shouldn't text you and be like, "Hey, do you want me to get this for you?"
Nope. We're gonna leave it up to the universe.
All right, I like it.
I'm gonna play it risky. Listen, I got a 1/6 armored Deadpool on deck that like fuck a pudgy pig.
I will not, sir.
Plus, who knows? Next week, 3-0 might announce their 1/6 pudgy pig, and then I'll get that one.
Yeah, right.
That would be awesome.
All right, gentlemen, strap in because here comes the big old chunk of news in the form of NECA. This is a NECA exclusive episode.
Yeah, you got to do like, a separate episode just for NECA.
No kidding. First, before we get started, like, I knew NECA had a lot of licenses under their belt, but when you see something like this where they're like, we got this from this line and this from this line, you sit back and you go, for a small company like NECA, they have a lot of property. Why isn't my NECA section bigger? So we're going to do this a little bit different. We're not going to hit every territory because we'd be here for another 3 hours, I'm pretty sure. So NECA started out with showing us some new Flash Gordon and Defenders of the Universe coming ups. And actually, Flash Gordon was one of their exclusives for STCC. They took their Ming and their Flash and basically redecoed them to look like the movie characters, but they're still the comic versions. I
was just gonna say I have no interest in these figures whatsoever. But I appreciate the way they look and the quality they look to be made, because you know why? I can tell that is a passion project for them.
Oh yeah. When Randy was talking about it, it was very clearly obvious that it was like his baby.
You know, them doing that, like having turtles and stuff like that be so successful helps them do those cool little passion things. And it's just, I don't know. Yeah. You want it, like, even though it's not for me, I'm like, I want it to succeed because clearly you guys like it and you're into it.
Yeah, right.
The first wave.
I appreciate.
I mean, this is the stuff that's usually right up my alley. And I think if I didn't pre-order a bunch of other stuff, like the Scare Glow from Mattel, I probably would have jumped on this. But because it's like, all right, in my line of things, do I really need these? No. Do I think they're awesome? And I love Flash Gordon, yeah, but not to the point where I'm like, okay, let's drop some money on them.
Mm-hmm. I heard that the first wave had a really good kind of greeting when they hit the floors.
Yeah,
which right? I was surprised about. Like, for me, Flash Gordon's more of a joke type ordeal because of the movie and everything like that. So like, I kick it around more as a joke. I don't have any sort of passion towards Flash Gordon. You know, I ride on the level of like the movie Ted. And that style of Flash Gordon.
I love it, man. Flash.
So, but like it was exciting to see, and now to see them like start to roll out like more comic accurate paint apps, which obviously it's a repaint. People are gonna be pissed off about it, but people were pissed off that they weren't like this in the first place. So
yeah, right, yeah, exactly.
Toxic fandom, woohoo!
Not gonna please everyone.
But they also had a pretty huge section on what they pretty much made their name out of, was the horror section with like the 2-pack from Halloween 2 of Michael and Loomis, which I'm not like Halloween's not my franchise. Like, I'm not super into Halloween, but that 2-pack, I was like, damn. That Loomis looks really good, and he comes with the coat and all the other stuff. If I was into that, that's a definite 100% like I'm gonna find that 2-pack because that was a good looking 2-pack. It looks like the fire effects that go on Michael attach magnetically, which is awesome. I actually have.
Oh, that's cool.
I have the Freddy from part 2 that has the fire effects and it attaches magnetically, and it's a
sweet.
really nice touch. Like not having to peg it in, and it's just kind of like this seamless look. I don't know. It's one of those stupid things.
Yeah. I would probably know this if I actually took them out of the package. But,
oh.
Yeah, no, it's same. I would like to get this, but it's not like, give me a Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the family. Like, all right, take my money. But like, I loved Halloween 3. I did pick up that one. I do have some of the other Michael Myers. I almost got the 2-pack of him with Judith, and this Loomis one looks sweet, but once again, pre-ordered some other stuff, and trying to make sure
fell to the wayside.
Lucky for you, it won't be here until I think they were saying end of the year.
Yeah, I still probably Christmas. Now I got to buy my kids stuff. Jeez.
Well, just
they would love a Michael Myers.
Drop those hints. Drop those hints.
That's
true. I really like the Michael Loomis 2-pack.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Here's your socks, Dad.
Yeah, we got you these Michael Myers socks. Well, it's cool, but not as cool. But thanks.
They also they announced a Bride of Chucky 2-pack for their retro soft good line, which not surprised by that because they had the 1-to-1 scale dolls coming at some point. Like they've been in the works for like 3 years. But those look extraordinarily good for being like what they are, which like they're probably going to be the size of like if you out there listening, watching, if you have the Sloth and Chunk 2-pack, I'm expecting them to be the size of like Chunk.
Chunk, yeah, right, yeah. Did you ever collect any of the retro kind of like look that they have, those soft ones?
Oh yeah, I got a few. I got Sloth and Chunk. I got the alien from They Live. I got Frank and what's his face? Roddy from They Live.
Yep.
What else? I think that's all of them. I think that's all the ones I have.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been trying, like, I've gone back and forth on that. I just want the Reanimator, really, and a couple others, but
yeah, I hope they one day give me a Reanimator Ultimate.
Yeah, seriously, man.
Because I'll be like, yank. And then of course, like the big takeaway for the horror for me was these next two, which we got the reveal of the next one of the line for the Universal Monsters, which before I actually say it, they did a joke tease of a blank slate for the Invisible Man, and I was like, I totally fell for it. I was like, are we getting Invisible Man? And they're like, no,
I mean,
no,
they could
no.
do them in like the wraps and stuff, and like the jacket.
I'm sure they will.
Hat.
I'm sure that's definitely the way they'll probably do it. But we're getting the Mummy next after the Wolfman, which awesome because the Mummy was always probably one of the ones that like horrified me the most when I was a child. Like just the face through the bandages. I was just like, God.
Yeah.
But yeah, that obviously with me getting Wolfman and Frankie, the Mummy will definitely be
same.
Right in there.
Once you commit to one, you commit to them all.
Yeah, right. I haven't bought Universal Monsters in a while, and I'm on that kick again. So yeah, definitely. I forget who put out, but the Mummy statue as well that they just.
Yes, I seen that.
I was like, eh.
I forget who's releasing it because like it came in like an email, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you could get two different versions of it.
Yeah. But also, they're giving us two more packs of the Gremlins, the new batch this year, which was one they are calling the Demolition 2-pack.
I was like, I don't remember them.
It's like at the very, very end when they're doing like the camera wipe over the lobby.
Oh, they just saw like two in a crowd and they were like, do them.
Yeah, they kind of go by it. Like it was one of those ones I had to sit there and think about for a second. Like, where's that at? And then we're also getting the Brain Gremlin too, which hell fucking yeah. Like
in soft good clothes, it looks like.
In soft good clothes. I think That's it. I actually haven't opened her, so I don't even know. I think Greta has some soft good deals on her. But I'm down for the soft goods on the ultimates as long as they're tailored to the ultimate, not like baggy.
Yeah.
But that's another line. Gremlins is 100% pre-order whatever I have to do to get it. Moving into what was, I guess, the more of the discussion area is they gave us a look at some gargoyle stuff. Actual product images of Demona, which thank goodness we get some red-eyed goodness going on there.
And some underboob.
This is how, like, oh my goodness. But yes, you get some underboob with her too.
I was glad we finally got like a full look, and I'm like I am like waiting like with bated breath for this line like to really get going. Like I'm talking like to get like how the Turtles is going, and I know we got some ways to go, but I mean this at the same time I think the Turtles line technically, if you go from SDCC beginnings, started in like the Toon line is specifically like 2018, 2019, so it's not been going on very long. But yeah, no, the Demona looks really good. I saw in the details in the wings and like the fabric. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
that's 100%.
I'm not surprised though. That was gonna look good.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Like NECA, like no surprise there, guys. You did good. We know it.
It's
I just hope. And she comes with some pretty cool accessories.
She does.
She has a couple guns, and she has her book of spells, which I was like, and she comes with different hands. I'm hoping she has a hand to like open the book and like one where you can have her like pointing at like whatever she's reading. I think that would be really sweet.
Them showing off the second character was a good idea. Cause like there's been arguments in the groups like, well, that's not technically a villain. Like it could be, the love of his life, a love of Goliath's life.
Semantics.
Yeah. But when they showed off, we asked, what age we were at the beginning, and with this name, I'm gonna go and revert back to my 8-year-old self who couldn't pronounce the goddamn thing with a goddamn damn. But I'll let Mike pronounce it. I'm not gonna even try.
Thalog.
Thank you. I literally could not pronounce that when I was a kid.
I knew they were going to do this figure. As a toy company, this figure's a no-brainer. It's a simple redeco for the most part. I did not think they would do it this early in the line, but if cutting costs on that helps, because, Goliath and Demona, those are 100% new sculpts, new paint, new everything. Yeah. So you got to kind of push out something that is not as expensive to produce. So you push out Thalog. That makes perfect sense. Like he does have some new portraits, some new head sculpts. But yeah, no, it's a kind of a wild choice, but I like it. It makes me though more excited because I'm gonna want some variety on that shelf. I'm gonna have basically 2 Goliaths and a Demona going. So give me more.
I liked the way they presented it when they showed it off. They really gave you like the full wingspan. Which, like, I was like, holy shit, that is huge.
That's one thing I'm very worried about with this line, is the wingspans on him are humongous.
Yeah. Ginormous.
So I'm like, where are these going? And why couldn't we get like a folded cape wing alternate? But they'll save that for a re-release down the...
So what they had him on was obviously a 19-inch turntable. It's very easy to depict, but here is a 19-inch turntable.
Ooh.
His wingspan overgrasped.
Oh yeah,
this. These things are gonna be ginormous.
Huge,
it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Like
My only concern is, well, besides the space, is my personal experience. Figures with wings can be very touchy.
Mm-hmm.
They can be very iffy. They can always be falling out. Ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, right.
Even my original like gargoyle toys did that, where the wings just didn't stay in. I pray to God when they attach in that they're in there nice and tight, and you don't have to worry about them falling off or even getting loose over time. We were to give out awards for the end of the year. Most anticipated toy line, I think, is going to be gargoyles for me. Like, I would be willing to maybe wrap up one of my other lines to really focus on it, but it depends on how fast they get this ball rolling. They got to keep the steam going.
which line would you wrap up?
If I had to pick right now, one that I would be the most satisfied with, I think would be the movie Turtles.
Interesting.
I think I'd be the most content with where I'm at.
So moving into the movie Turtles, does that mean you will not be getting part 2 Shredder?
Part 2 Shredder is a maybe for me. But at the same time, I kind of like the display I got going on with normal Shredder on one side with some foot soldiers representing the first movie, and then Super Shredder with Toka, Razar, and some foot soldiers on the other side representing the second movie. So I'm like, oh man, if I get him, he's going to throw off my feng shui. That's legit the only reason why I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
But his cape looks really sweet. His cape looks really sweet.
Oh yeah, I like the removable face.
Yeah, you can see that mangled old man. Well, not old man, but
yeah, that'll be for sure grab. Just because I love that helmet. Like if I could find like a good replica of that helmet, I would totally get that.
You're right. It is a very sweet helmet. I do like it a lot.
Looks like a table saw. But they also did with the movie line. They did a STCC exclusive of another repaint Super Shredder, which will make 3 Super Shredders.
It's gonna be a Walmart exclusive too.
Oh yeah, of course it is. The only thing that could have got me to even remotely consider getting that figure is if it came with the dial that it was presented on.
That's what I thought when they showed it. I was like, I don't want the figure, but I really want that dial. And I was like, kind of going back and forth. And then they showed the box, and I was like, that dial ain't in that box.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie though, there was a part of me when they were like announcing the Super Shredder, I kind of rolled my eyes.
Yeah. Because it's the third one in a year.
It's the third one in a year, and I was like,
wow.
I was really hoping for some like Secret of the Used Turtles.
Yeah.
If anything. So yeah, that was kind of a little underwhelming for me. And they were like, oh, we kind of thought of Kevin Nash and we gave him this cool belt. I'm like,
oh, cool. Thanks.
I see pictures of Kevin Nash signing those all the time, and all I can think of was when he's signing them, he's like, I didn't get shit for this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. A lot of people were upset that we didn't get a lot of things from NECA's Turtles line. No real new characters.
No, not well.
Like
not really
movie-wise.
for the movie line. No. Because were you going to talk about the other one they unveiled, the Ultimate Casey Jones?
Oh yeah, I was going to bring that up, and then the Ultimate Oversized Dandelion.
You know what?
The other reason I'm buying Shredder.
I could go in my yard and pick some dandelions that'd be about the same size for and then to scale with him. So
that's true. You could.
And when they announced the Casey Jones, like, I didn't roll my eyes like I did Super Shredder, but I did go easy pass. Because if I'm displaying Casey Jones, I'm gonna display him with his mask on.
Yeah.
I already have that, and the updated elbow joints is not enough for me to be like, here's $30 more, NECA.
I thought you would be a little bit more intrigued because I remember you saying something about those elbow joints on the first ones. Like
they're weird. There's no debating it. It's weird, but it kind of goes back to what we were talking about with like prioritizing and like where does it fall on the scale of things. Is it enough for me to be like, here's, like I said, $30 extra, or to go through the hassle of trying to get it from Walmart even?
I know. That Toon line came heavy, man. And it came heavy with like some obscure characters. If you're not one that was deep into the cartoon deal, my favorite though that takes the cake was, I think, Dirtbag and Ground Chuck, because I actually had Ground Chuck the figure, and it was one of those really obscure ones that like everybody was like, why do you got that one? I'm like, I don't know, but he's fucking badass. He's a bull.
Yeah, it was the same, because like I saw these and there was a part of me that was just like, you know what, you could get these and you don't have to get anything else.
I'd rather you just get the Mando hot toy, man. You're safe with that one.
I don't know what it is about those two characters. Their designs are just very eye-catching.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of it too is if you look at a lot of the Turtles figures from figure to cartoon, they're very different. Like, sometimes like Ray Fillet, you can't even tell they're the same character.
Yep.
Those two characters, for whatever reason, their action figure counterpart to their cartoon are pretty close. I vaguely even remember them from the show, but the only reason I really want them is even just because like the designs are so cool. They're so eye-catching.
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention, when they showed off that special feature of Dirtbag.
Oh, I know.
I was like, sold.
All right, so that feature's not really new per se to the line, because you could do that with the Roadkill Rodneys.
Yeah.
And that's like
a grander scale, just better.
Like it's I love displaying the Roadkill Rodneys like that, like they're coming out of the ground. It's just, I don't know, it adds such a dynamic to like what's his face was saying, Trevor? Is that his name? I can't remember now.
Yeah. Depth.
Like it adds such a a dynamic to like just a shelf where everything's just like one height.
Mm-hmm.
To have Dirtbag or the Roadkill Rodneys coming out of the ground kind of gives you like this depth to your collection. And I don't hear companies ever talk like that ever. Like, yeah, you're going to be able to do this, and it's going to add some little bit of spice to your shelf of stoic positioned. And it's like,
definitely
oh
get
shit,
that hot water ready. And the thing is too is Ground Chuck and Dirtbag are like, they're towing that line of like not obscure enough, but almost too obscure.
Yeah,
they're
you're
like
getting
very,
there.
They're very fine line, because I think they were only in like an episode and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
One of the video games though too.
They are.
He was.
You could probably expect video game versions of them.
Turtles
down the road.
Turtles 3?
Yeah, it was number 3.
Yeah. What was that one called?
That's what I was.
Mayhem in Manhattan?
Yeah, I was like, is it the Manhattan Project? I don't know.
It might be a combination of what we're both saying. I can't remember the name of it.
I think Manhattan's in it.
And what was there another one?
Yeah, there was another. There was Wingnut and Screw Loose. That's kind of like
too, man.
That's like old news, because we knew that was coming from last year or 2 years.
We did?
Yeah, they had them on display. Was it 2019 at Toy Fair?
I think you're right.
They had prototypes.
I saw like
there were just
great
prototypes, weren't there?
I think so. But they I can't remember who's who, but the smaller dude
I think
was not. He wasn't supposed to have articulation, and they went back and totally articulated him because they were. This was supposed to be, I guess, an ultimate, and they decided to make it a 2-pack. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I mean, I didn't have a problem with him not having articulation. Like, I don't know how much I'm going to really do with him, but like I actually do a lot with the cartoon Baxter, so I guess I shouldn't say that without actually having him in hand.
He looks like he might be about the size of Baxter.
Yeah, he's
or take.
Very close. And these are 2 more, very obscure. Like,
yeah, they're
1-2 episodes, I think.
Their toys are very iconic.
Yeah.
Well, more so Wingnuts toy because Screwless was more of an accessory for him.
Yeah, right. He was an accessory. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I don't remember. Here's the thing: I don't even remember if they were good guys or bad guys.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But I still, once again, I'm like, and then I instantly go to, okay, what other weird, obscure characters can they do that I'll be like, I have to have before I do what I always say, which is like, too obscure, not gonna get it. And I don't know if there is if there is.
Man, they
like
still have
Alley Cat or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Or
one of the most sought after.
Oh, dude, I saw one go up on eBay just a couple days ago. And,
Alley Cat?
Yeah.
$1,000.
Over $1,000.
Wasn't there
crazy amount?
Wasn't there one called Panda Con or something like that? It was like a.
There was a panda.
Yep, I had him. I had the panda one. See, this is I'm serious. This is something that I might actually try. Like if I see him, be like, you know what? I kind of dig these. I might actually just pick these up and I'll be fine. I'll be okay if that's just what I get.
So, I hate to do this to you, but it seems like with what's happening and future renditions, you probably won't have an issue getting the Four Brothers as well. Seeing as how I'm on my 4th set of the Four Brothers.
And I've been cruising Mercari and eBay currently to see if people are trying to sell the Disguise Pack for less than what NECA's selling it for after shipping.
Yeah.
And people are still there's some people still trying to sell it for $200.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think when the pre-order goes down and they see nobody's biting anymore, that's when you'll see a decrease. So you got to play that gambit. Do you not pre-order and hope that these scalper junkies drop their price, or just pre-order and save yourself the stress?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but you know what we did pre-order?
We did pre-order the Channel 6 News Team Assemble. Mike scared me here because I thought for sure, I was really excited when they showed this off. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. This is amazing. And Mike was like, I don't know if I'm going to pre-order it. I was like, ah. And then this is a weird angle because me and Mike have been brothers in arms with this line in particular. And then we start getting to this weird point where one person's going to jump off. And it's so kind of weirdly heartbreaking when the other person goes, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get this. And you're like, well, what do you mean you're not going to get this?
What's funny is I said that and then I was like, I'm going to try to get it, and not to jump too far along. But when I was sitting in my car trying to order it, I was getting pissed. I was like, what the hell? You didn't even really want this, but now you're just getting pissed. And I think this is what it is it's almost become a point of pride for me.
The SDCC part of it?
The NECA SDCC stuff. Since I have gotten one every year since the Toon line started, since they did the Toon set. I got the Toon set, the movie 4-pack, the Splinter set, and then the Coming Out of Our Shell set, which was another one where I was like, I don't know. And then I was like,
that's true.
But I want to keep the streak going. So 5 years running, thanks to you, because it wasn't working for me.
That was I'm gonna be real here. When you're like, I can't check out, or it's not working, or what, I don't remember what exactly you said. I literally was just sitting here, my phone was in front of me, and I'm like,
what do I do?
I didn't want to say anything because it's this weird thing where I know you're on the other end still trying,
and what if
I don't want
to.
Yeah, I don't want to message you and screw it up.
Yeah, right.
And have you miss your chance. But no, what happened that day was just, it was off the wall. I was seeing people complain in the groups oh, I missed it. I was like, how did you miss it? I literally took somebody,
order two.
Yeah. took someone's information to like every thing that you had to fill out, filled it out, and ordered another one. Like, okay, yeah, I'm a fast typer. I'll say that much, but like, I don't know how you missed it other than the factor that you overslept or something, because I even sat here for probably, they went up at 1. I sat here probably until like 2:30, and they were still available on NECA's site.
Mm-hmm.
That's the longest I've ever seen something of that nature up on their site for that long.
After you were able to order the one with my information for me.
Yeah.
I saw somebody post something about like, oh, you got to do it in Chrome, not Safari.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I downloaded the Chrome app just to see. And yeah, I got all the way to the checkout, like
right away.
Putting in information. Yep.
Let that be a lesson to you Apple users.
Yep. And I feel like something similar happened to it before with NECA, where like you had to be using a certain browser or a certain thing because it wasn't working, and I just kind of forgot all about that. What all did we get in this lovely set?
Oh man, so much stuff.
It's one of the only times I ever heard somebody actually complain
about
getting accessories.
It's I don't like, because like these accessories are awesome accessories. Like, you could take one of those cameras and like take it apart and make a Channel 6 news van. You have a Channel 6 news camera right there.
You get the 2 cameras, the 2 lights. From what we see, the box will act as a diorama.
I think that will be very similar to last year's Mutagen tour.
Yep.
Where you can fold it down and it became the stage.
The figures, which are the true stars of the set, you get Vern, Burn the boss. Was it Vern or Burn? What was his name?
Well, you got Vernon, that's the guy with the pink shirt.
Yep. With a great expression, by the way.
Oh,
probably
fantastic.
the one he should have came with originally, the scared, like, cowardly look.
Then their boss from the Channel 6.
Yeah.
And then the big star for me, Irma.
Yes.
I was all about that Irma figure. I was like, we need Irma.
I know some people were
there's
like,
no way we don't, like, she is the Storm Shadow. I need that Irma.
Calm down. I literally heard somebody say there's no what did they say? They were like, everybody admit it, like we all just paid $200 for an Irma figure.
Yeah.
And then there was the Cat April.
Yes.
From the news lady or the cat lady from Channel 6 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people were like, why doesn't she have swappable parts? Like, because Irma has them.
Yeah.
For the rat. And then Vernon, when he came with Rat King, he had them. The instant I saw the Cat April, I knew why. I was like, oh, that's why. Because she's brown in the chest right here. You can't swap that out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
it almost.
And they also said, well, and then Randy from NECA elaborated on that, saying yes, that was why, and the fact that she has a tail, so she would have a hole in her butt, which we do, but not most.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you think about what people are saying that this is a new April sculpt?
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it is. It's too hard to tell. When we get it in hand, we'll be able to tell a little bit better.
I do wonder if they'll eventually redo April, since I think of all the figures in the line, that is probably the biggest dud.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really big ball drop. There's a lot wrong with that April figure. I think she's too short.
Her head's too big.
Her head is ginormous. I don't think that the body sculpt was anywhere near what like the cartoon April was. And I don't understand why. Like it's one of those things where it's like
it was a weird miss for him.
Yeah. Like I was like, did you guys just not care enough about the character? Like you were just like, fuck it. You know, it's April. She's more annoying than anything else.
And then they also included, what was it? And this is the kind of genius on NECA's part. Once again, it was one of those things where I'm like, see what you did there. They knew that impatient people like us couldn't wait for the Target release.
I want in my defense, they said a Channel 6 news badge, and I said, yes, please.
But it was like a T-shirt, a badge, a patch, a pin, and a poster.
A pin of the Channel 6 news van, and I said, yes, please.
Yeah, what kind of sucked was the shirt. They were like, it only comes in large and extra large, and I'm like, neither one of those are gonna fit me.
Yeah, it seemed that like a lot of people were confused by that. Like even like the big names that always talk to NECA in person. Like,
I am happy that we're filling out that cast of characters.
Yeah,
it's not something that I think would make or break my collection if they never made like a.
But it's
burn.
so awesome that you can get those.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
It's so cool that the line has gone to the point to where this is where we are with it. And I'm also excited because I get to display Vernon as a rat. As a rat. And then also have a normal one because I like the scared face sculpt so much better. It's so classic. Like, and he has a blindfolded head too.
But yeah, it's gonna wrap it up here for the extended version of Shut Up and Take My Money. I'll be editing this for about 4 days. But yeah, of course, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, the bell for notifications, the thumbs up button. Help us defeat the Galactus of algorithms known as YouTube. And if you haven't yet, follow us on social media. Like I said, I found new technology. There's probably going to be some new stuff being posted that's not just, hey, go listen to our new episode. And hopefully next week we will get a slight break. And by we, I mean our pocketbooks get a slight break. And
I was going to say Marvel Legends Fan First Friday next week.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, I get a break. That's fine. You two can take the grunt of it next week.
We always do.
That's what teams do. And until next time, we get more plastic news. I've been Tony.
I'm Mike.
I'm John.
And we'll see you guys later.